Name, please.
I'm Jyotirmoy Saha. I'm CEO of Synergy 88 and of August Media Holdings in Singapore.
I know there are a lot of congratulations in order. Can you tell me about them?
Thank you. Well, I think we are talking about the recent nominations of Barangay 143 in multiple categories. I think when we had set out to create an animated series in the Philippines, it was very clear for us that there aren't many series which had been made, and the ones which had been made didn't really do well. So I think the odds for us were stacked against
Against
us
you.
a little bit more than usual. So it was kind of very important for us that whatever we produce, it needs to stand out both in terms of quality, in terms of storytelling, and in fact, every aspect of filmmaking that goes into making an animated series. So it's good to know that I think our efforts have paid off. It's thankful to the judges of both the Asian Television Awards and the Asian Academy Creative Awards to have seen that and kind of nominated us in not one or two but cumulatively 10 categories. That's quite amazing.
What's the latest nomination you got?
Well, we've got, as I said, 10 nominations. So we've got Best Animated Program, both at Asian Creative Awards as well as the Asian Television Awards. We've got nominations for Best Actress in a Leading Role. We've got Best Direction nomination, we've got Best Title Song and Music for I think 5 nominations of that.
Wow.
And a few others. I think there's Best Drama as well. I think Best Drama Series, which is kind of exciting for us because Best Drama Series, in fact, we are the regional winners in the Philippines. To have, Philippines is a place where drama plays a central role in everything that people watch on television. And it's quite exciting to actually see an animated series being chosen over all of the live action series that are produced in the Philippines. And
That
drama
is a
is really
feat.
yeah. So an animated series to be chosen over all of the other live action drama that's produced, I think that's sort of significant, and we are glad that we've kind of received that recognition.
You did spoke highly of the quality.
Yes.
Can you repeat what spelled the difference from those that were produced in the past?
Um, um, I I think our key consideration when we were producing the series was really about the storytelling, and storytelling is not just about the relationships about characters, which of course is the most significant part of a story, but everything else that goes into it also goes towards telling the story more effectively.
It's
The
true.
kind of music that comes in, that kind of helps highlight the emotions, the kind of editing, it kind of helps to kind of make sure that the story is not boring, and so I think technical quality, I mean, we often discard that as technical
As part of it.
stuff, but really there's a certain amount of art even within that technology that we are kind of, the technical perfection that we are trying to achieve. I don't think Barangay 143 is technically perfect, but I think for a first attempt it's pretty good, and I mean, obviously we are planning to make more seasons of that series, and we hope that in the future the episodes will look better than what they are right now, even better.
Are you are you trying to market the series in other countries?
Yes, absolutely. I think Philippines obviously will be the first country where it's broadcasting. As you know, I think the series will be back again in early 2020. So there are more episodes which have been produced, which are coming out. And once the first run in the Philippines gets over, there are a lot of other countries where the series is also going to appear. I think we have confirmed dates for South Korea and a couple of others, but yes, definitely it's going to be shown in more than just the Philippines, and it'll be shown in languages more than just Tagalog.
All of these in 2020.
All of this in 2020. Yes, that's correct.
Are there other productions you're working on?
Yes, we are constantly working on lots of different shows, and I think people are aware that we have, and this has already been in the press before. There's a show called Dino Girl Gakko, which we have finished producing. It's going to release worldwide on Netflix on the 22nd of November, so which is just around the corner. People should look out for it. It's a very, very funny series, very different from what Barangay 143 is. There are a couple of others that we are also working on right now. Yes, so as a company, we at any given point of time we are working on at least 3 to 4 titles at the same time between movies and TV series. Yes.
How long does it take to finish a series?
Well, an
Especially for
animated
something as
series.
meticulous as, you know.
Right. It takes a really long time. I think from the time that you start putting the story together, especially the first season, always takes a lot more time than like a second or a third season. It took us, I think, a fair amount of time, and by fair I mean that's the right amount of time. I think it took us about 3 years, I think,
Wow.
for us to bring together the first season of the series. Yeah.
Last two questions. Who are the people of note that were involved in making Barangay?
Well, of course, I think every person who was involved in Barangay 143 gave it 100% of their effort. I think one of the, if I were to reach out to who are the people who kind of really helped contribute, everything that comes on the screen. A is, of course, all of the cast that worked with us, especially Julianne San Jose. I think her performance was absolutely fabulous. Same with Ruru Madrid. I think they delivered fantastic performances. The music, all of the music that was done for it, whether it's Clock 9, Thyro, Yumi, their stuff is absolutely fabulous. We pushed a lot of them to work, deliver more than, push them into going out of their comfort zone often. But I think all that worked out well. I think the result, it speaks for itself. Needless to say, the production team that went behind it obviously works really, really hard. The post-production, the production, the direction team, all of that have worked very hard to put this together.
Was it all Filipino? No.
Largely Filipino, but it's got a very international mix. So we had talent from South Korea, Japan, Singapore, Taiwan, LA. So it was a confluence of a lot of people. So so different aspects of these things were done differently. All of the music was done in Singapore. A lot of the animation is being done between Philippines and South Korea. A lot of the design work took place in Japan. A lot of creative direction happened from LA. So it was quite an international effort, if I were to put it that way. Yeah.
My last question, what is it about the story that resonated locally and you believe will resonate globally as well?
I think it's the story of struggle. I think Barangay 143 is not a story about a basketball tournament or anything of that sort. It's really a personal struggle which we all go through. Each one of us have various degrees of struggles that we go through. But I think what resonates, not just for the audiences in the Philippines, but I hope everywhere else in the world, is the struggle that the main character goes through against all odds and still comes out on top. I think that's really what this story is about, and I think that's a common theme that works in most well-told stories around the world.
When is the next stop of, where is the next stop of Barangay 143? Are there any nominations you're looking forward to, or are you going to attend the festival and bring it there?
Well, I think for us, Barangay 143 is a reasonably, it's a commercial effort. It's not necessarily just for the, the art competitions circuit. But in Barangay 143, obviously, as I said, the series has very good commercial legs. We are now planning the series has very good commercial legs. We are now planning the next season.
Okay.
Apart from the next season, we are also creating lots of what should I say, associated content or associated products. So there's a comic book series which is in the works. We should be able to see that in 2020. There's a clothing line that has been designed around it. So there's a whole fashion element which is being kind of created, which is Barangay 143 themed. So yeah, there's some interesting stuff coming up.
But not on a streaming platform. On any streaming
On a streaming platform?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. There are currently, we are in talks with many, and I mean, it's a little bit too early for us to reveal who the streaming partner is, but yes, it is going to be available on a streaming platform as well.
Thanks so much.